For the next news item, so we have the spiritual successor to the Game Boy printer.
Woohoo!
So Nintendo and Fujifilm have teamed up, and they've got a Switch theme version of their Instax. I always like mispronounce this. Instax, yeah. Mini Link Polaroid printer. So essentially,
I got an Instax.
You have one of these Polaroid printers.
I don't have the Link one. I just have the normal Instax.
What does that mean?
So they've got a few different
ones. The
ones,
normal Instax, which is up to version 11 or something now, 12. I don't even know what they're up to now. And then I believe they've got the Link one where you can also wirelessly print things off other things. Whereas the version that I have is just it's just a Polaroid. You just literally just point.
No, they're totally different things.
No, I know they're different things.
I knew you were talking about the wrong thing, and I was letting you put the noose around your neck.
No, but it's part of the Instax family.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got multiple Polaroid cameras, but this is a totally different thing.
I know they're different, but it's still part of the Instax family. Part of the Instax family.
I was waiting.
Give a shit. Made by Fuji.
So I'll just correct the record. So yes, they've been building these Polaroid cameras, which are really, really cool. And I probably got the first one of the new batch about 10 years ago.
Did you actually use yours?
Yeah, we use it all the time. We actually have a...
So you don't,
so
but
our
your
family...
wife does.
No, listen. So every Christmas since I met my wife, so when she was my girlfriend, every year we've taken a Polaroid shot of us on Christmas Day, right?
Yeah.
So we have like 11 or 12 of these now, right? And it's kind of crazy because you see it's like we're young and then it's like... We get our dog, and then it's like our son, and then our two dogs and our son, and then our second son. So it's like
that is pretty cool.
The whole thing grows every year. It's really, really cool. So it's like this crazy tradition that we have. So they've had those Polaroids, and then a few years back they actually released the Mini Link, which is you can connect it to your smartphone, so you can send photos that you've taken on your smartphone and then print them out in Polaroid style. It's not quite the same thing, to be honest, but now they've released as part of a promotion for new Pokemon Snap, that you can print out your Switch ones. And to be honest, this thing is, to me, not straightforward at all, right? So you need to send it from your Switch to your phone, and that's not inbuilt into new Pokemon Snap. You actually need to go through your photos on your Switch, then use the QR functionality.
So really, it's nothing.
It's not integrated. It's not integrated.
Normal. So I could do exactly the same thing with my HP Sprocket.
Correct.
Basically.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you can connect it to your phone, which you can, right?
Which you can.
Yeah.
So.
And I was like revisiting it. So the Game Boy printer came out in 1998. All you need to do with the Game Boy printer, you plug it in through one cable to your Game Boy. In the game itself, you go, I want to print this photo. And it prints it out onto the Game Boy printer. So I'm not sure how 23 years later it's actually become more complex rather than
because to me this seems like a marketing ploy more than anything else. You just have an Instax Mini Link. They're slapping on a Pikachu condom onto it, and all of a sudden they're marketing it as if it's an integrated thing.
Mike, that's not being clear. So that's one thing that they're doing. The color scheme of it's also Joy-Con color themed, but the big part of this is the app that they've got. Yeah, that includes the Nintendo content, the frames, and the Nintendo characters and stuff. So I understand what you're saying.
The app is just basically it doesn't feel. Is it integrated? It's not. That's the problem.
No, but what I'm saying, that's probably the newest thing out of this whole thing is that app.
Yeah, and all of that stuff, Mike, is licensed. So you could pretty much recreate everything with what you have. Yeah. You don't have a Mini Link.
I don't have a Mini Link, but I've got a HP Sprocket. So literally, I could probably do exactly all of this, put my own filters on, do whatever in Instagram or whatever to the photos I take in the game, or use a third-party app or something that would do that and achieve exactly the same thing. Yeah,
but not the same experience.
But there's extra steps. You have to go find your own stuff. Like borders. These people don't want that. They just want
no. Don't get me wrong. This is really cool. But what I'm saying, back to Intergod's point, it's not really fully integrated. It's basically a mishmash of different technologies marketed as an experience that's supposed to be a single unified thing, but it's not. It's still very mishmashy from what I'm saying.
My biggest issue, quote unquote issue with it, but like it's just so many steps, and there's a lot of friction between all of those steps. And it's a little bit of a shame that it's not like new Pokemon Snap and it can communicate directly to the device. Like that would be sick. That would be
so cool.
Damn, that's really cool. This is more like, I understand each of the companies kind of going, well, we have this, you have that. It's not too far off. We just need to build an app and put some features into it. Cool. I'm almost like on the fence of like, I'd be thinking about getting something like this. And then I saw how much it sells for. How much? In Australia, it's $200. And I'm like, I don't know, something about it. It should be like $149 seems so different to me than $200. $149 seems like,
Honestly, I think you guys are probably overthinking this a bit. It's just a nice thing that people can get. If they have to download an app and use their phone with a QR code, big deal. Like QR codes. See, in the age of COVID, QR codes are back. So people are used to scanning QR codes now.
Well, in Asia, they never went away. Asia, they were massive.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, here it's like...
Australia and US, they're terrible with QR codes. But we've learnt now, thank God.
Yeah, so I think it's like, well, so what? Okay, they just scan it, they've got an app, then the app prints it out. Like, big deal. Like,
no, but it's not that. Like, have you used the QR functionality in the Switch? It's horrible.
I have.
It's horrible.
Like, I haven't, but I mean, people
use it. It's horrible.
No, but I'm saying if someone spent that much on this printer, they don't mind an extra step. That's what I'm saying. So, could it be better? Yeah. So let me say my piece. So could it be better? Yeah, but people don't care. Like they're like, okay, cool. I'll do this extra step. Wow, done. I think you guys are overthinking it.
Dude, okay, I like how we're having this big argument about a freaking
no, but you're like, printer. I wish you could do this. It's like it's a printer to print. It's a printer to print Nintendo funny photos. Like,
it's not a printer for that. They're just using the standard printer. That's what slapping an app in front of it.
I know, but that's what people are buying it for. That's what people are buying this specific one. They're like, oh, buying this so I can print my Nintendo things.
But what I want to know is, can you just download the app for free anyway if you just have a standard version of the printer?
Yes, it works. Well, read our notes.
I would probably just do that. I'll find a cheap version of the same printer. Well, are they even like, wait, so what's the actual, I know they've got the Pikachu bundle.
I like the Pikachu case though. Which does look
it is cute. I'll give you that. It's cute.
That looks sick.
I assume is that the $200 you were talking about?
Yeah, that's the $200
standard one. Okay, and how much is the standard in Instax Mini?
In the US, it's $100, but I have seen those for like 150 Australian dollars before.
Okay, so if you don't care about the Pikachu thing, you can say $50 and basically just get the standard.
And if you do the currency conversions, they should be selling, quote unquote, if you convert it at about 170 Australian dollars. So they've got a $30 premium on it. No. So let me say my piece then, Swinny. Every step you put in front of people means they're not going to do something. Like you lose like 10, 20, 30, 50% of people each step you put in, right? It's friction, right? So for me, it's like, if I actually took this out to show people, there's stuff that I've shown them, like the Switch, and they're like, damn, that like back in 2017. People are like, holy shit, that's cool. I really like how that works. You rip out the Joy-Cons, they're starting to play. People are like, oh, that's fun, right? If I'm going here, okay, wait, guys, I just gotta put my Switch into QR mode, and then I don't know if you know this, Swinny, but the way you join it, it's like you join a Wi-Fi network on the Switch. Now guys, just wait, I gotta stop, and I gotta join the Wi-Fi network. And then now I've transferred it, and then I gotta open up this proprietary app, and then I gotta connect it. Oh wait, it's not connecting to my printer. Well, I gotta get the Bluetooth. It's boring. It's not fun. It's like lame. It's like people will look at it and go, this is shit. So, like, the whole overall idea, it's awesome. It's just a shame that they didn't do something in the game. Even if a QR code in the game or something. I don't know how the technology works. Like, anyway, that's my rant. So that's why you're wrong, Swinny.
I'm just saying if you bought this printer, like, at that point, if you use it or don't use it, like, you've already bought it. So it's like, I think that they sure could be better experience. Yes, it could, but they just want people to buy these stupid printers.
Big wiggers come for our advice, and I'm saying this is a don't buy. Are you saying it's a buy?
No.
Oh, there you go.
I'm saying it's a don't buy.
I never said it was a buy. It's a useless freaking thing. What are you going to use these bloody? What are you going to use these?
Well, hang on.
What are you going to use these photos for?
This is where I come and disagree with both of you. So it's funny because, like, I agree with one of you in one way and another one of you in another way. I actually think for kids that, have little diaries and collect things and do stuff like that, it's cool. I have to admit, like, I can imagine a kid getting like a little thing, and as they're playing the game, they're printing it out, and it's like, oh, I achieved this thing, and here's the photo of it, or I met such and such an Animal Crossing. And I'm actually flipping through the marketing material on their website, and what I find a little odd is I'm not entirely sure who this is marketed for.
It's not for kids, man. It's not for kids.
Clearly not for kids, because the two pictures I see of a person, really the two main pictures I see of a person at the start, those hands do not look like a children's hand. That person looks like they're like in their 30s or something, at least. So I'm like, okay, look, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying if you're 30 years old and you keep a diary of whatever adventures you have in Animal Crossing is bizarre. It's not. Power to you. Do whatever you want. But I just don't know, like, who's the target audience of this thing? Is it supposed to be kids? Is it supposed to be adults? Do they not even have anyone in mind? I don't get that part. But I admit, I actually think, as much as I wouldn't use this, it's kind of cool to be able to do this. There's other ways of doing it, and you don't need the whole bloody app, and you can bypass all of that crap. You can literally do it with some crappy stuff that I have at the moment. But I do think there's a market for it, and it's kind of cool to have that physical printout of something you've done in a game.
I think we talked about this way too long. Let's move on.
Just on the one thing though, like on the advertising, specifically Nintendo don't put kids in their ads anymore because they wanted to separate that perception. So you look at all the Switch ads, they're always like young adults, like 25 on average. But yeah, look, like I thought it was going to be cool, but yeah. I think we're saying no, yes. So
I'm saying overall a no.
Oh, okay. So no. But we had a massive argument about it.
Get a default cheap version of it. Get a sprocket. Does exactly the same thing, basically.
All right, let's get on to the next story. So